I know you're loving the music. Shal Marshall. I'm on the mic. Ding Dong is on the mic. And guess who else is on the mic? The original Positive.
Yo, 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 yo.
He hails. If you know Positive, he hails from this style. You know, but he represents Trinidad and Tobago all over the globe, all over the world. With gospel, music.
Yeah, man. Afternoon to you guys in studio. What's up, Trinidad and Tobago? This is the voice of yours truly, Positive all the way from Tobago. Yeah, man.
Daddy?
I'm good. What's up, man?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
while.
Congratulations. You're a big man now.
Oh, which thing that you're talking about? Marriage?
Yeah, marriage, yeah. You're a big man now. Remember, I knew you from back in the day. I mean, I knew Positive back in the day when he used to come to Synergy TV when I had the Friday Night Live show.
Yeah.
You would always come. In fact, you had a lot of features.
Yes.
We had shows where the entire hour was around you, based around you and your music.
Yes.
Because even back then, you were just churning out tune
after
tune, style after style.
Yeah, man.
You know, different flavors. Yeah, he was always consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so congratulations. And I mean, you started at what age?
When I was 19.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, you were coming across that kind of thing. I always look at you, his youth, whenever he vibes. I mean, his name is Positive, but his whole aura, his vibe, everything is positive, same way.
Body.
I can't tell you, I can say a bad thing about it, you know.
You could probably try and find something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, I remember when even your cousin who helped me to come back home when I was getting married. Remember, I lost my passport in Bahamas.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So Trinidad and Tobago, I lost my passport in Bahamas. I was getting married that same week, the Friday. I went to the airport. They told me, yo, so you cannot travel without a passport. And you will not be able to come back home to Trinidad until 2 weeks.
Right.
So, you know, my wife then started to get depressed.
Yeah.
You know?
It was my cousin Damien.
He was the U.S. Customs officer.
Yes, he's a U.S. Customs officer, and he called me actually. He's like, yo, you know, so, and he called your real name.
Yeah.
So I was like, who is that? Because I know him as Positive.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, well, he says he's an artist. I say, who artist with that name? I know everybody, but I know that name. I said, what's the stage name? Positive. I said, yeah, but you're good youth, boy. I said, but you sing gospel, but you not singing wine and tell like we boy know but I'm good youth. And yeah, he clear up and everything.
So
yeah,
he
man.
clear me. So watch me. I don't know who else have ever flown to Miami without a visa, without a passport, without anything. You understand? And a man let me come straight home to Trinidad, and they clear me in Trinidad.
Yeah.
And by the next day, I was able to get an next passport. So
Yeah, that was blessings after
Yeah, man, blessings after blessings, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
no.
Big up my
That's
cousin
blessings,
Davian,
man.
same way. You know? Yeah, so things have been going well. I mean, we had that little break from Synergy days to now, but I've been seeing you on social media. You're everywhere. You're pumping.
yeah, man.
Tell us about the music, how it's been going, how the vibe
Music is going good, 100%. You know, I can't even begin to describe the kind of success that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, every single month we have events upon events.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
but
see
that
that on the
gospel will
social
get-
media. I saw it. I seen that.
Yeah, it get real big though.
get
Because
real big.
that
Yeah.
whole fraternity get big because you're like one of the catalysts for like bridging the gap when it comes to people accepting the new form of gospel. You know, a long time it's just him.
Yeah.
Now it's men rapping. You know, it's dancehall. Because
Yeah.
at first when it started in North America and Jamaica, people were kind of like, yo,
Yeah,
what they
take a
doing the
back
gospel?
seat.
Yeah, what they doing the gospel?
Yeah,
But
they're roughing up the thing.
yeah, but you were like one of the first here, right?
Yeah.
But apart from the gospel though, you still like the reggae thing. I see you still touching the little reggae
yeah,
thing
man,
because the
'cause
project with Marshall Montana and the Sealers with him.
All right, you see. Well, I mean, it's still insert a Christian message inside of
Oh,
it
yeah.
somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's just to reach out because one thing about me, I just love reggae music. I mean, reggae music is one of the few genres that could actually, you pour your heart and your soul into that and you kind of touch people wherever they are. And it's a universal kind of music. People from Japan reaching out to me because they love the reggae music, you know. People from Germany, people from the UK. I'm supposed to be going to Belize and to Panama and to Costa Rica. You
So
know,
let me
so-
ask you a question. So like when you're doing those gospel shows and you have like the reggae songs, you still touch them in the gospel show or you leave
Yes.
it out?
Yeah, because
No,
remember
they
it's
leave
still
it.
positive.
Oh, it's still a positive
Yeah,
message.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, remember now, it's not like long time, it's not like
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter if you sing it with a reggae vibe,
Yeah.
a hip hop vibe.
So they still accept it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, gospel reggae is not necessarily a genre that is recognized by
Yeah.
iTunes or Billboard. So when it is that you make strides in music,
Right.
they're calling it by the genre.
You're right.
So they're saying, all right, Positive is making strides in reggae,
That's
Yeah.
right.
even though he's a gospel artist. you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And this, there we go now. We cue straight to you being your album,
Yeah.
right? Your album, which is Stand
And be counted.
and Be Counted, right? It debuted at
Number 9.
on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart.
Yes.
How you feel?
Right? I ecstatic. you know.
A Billboard, you know. Yeah, a Billboard artist, you know. How are this?
Yeah.
So how the news came? Via text, email?
Via text, Rona Fox, she's
Yeah.
my publicist, so she called me. She was like, she texted me first, and she was saying, "Yo, great news! The editor of Billboard magazine just reached out to her and let her know that next week, Positive Album is going to be charting at number 9 on the Billboard."
A big player.
Yeah, you get you know.
But even 2 years ago, I had an all-inclusive in Diego Martin, and Billboard's writer Patricia Machino,
Right.
she came down from the US and came to my event.
Yeah.
So she was already familiar with the work even
Oh,
before
okay.
all of this happened.
yeah.
You understand? So, I mean, the Lord is now, he just move people in place to make things happen.
For real, for real. All right, so you're touring, you're doing a lot of stuff. Actually, I saw you all on a big show right here. You all on a big show. I
That
see
wasn't
you.
the CD launch?
I wonder, boy.
That wasn't
Yeah, well, the CD
album
launch, yeah, the album launch was a big show. I mean,
Yeah.
almost 4,000 people in St. John's Ambulance Hall, and it was so loud.
Oh.
People calling for tickets. Yo, we need 2 tickets. He said, well, where ya? We in Grandy. I said, we in Digo. We come in.
Way. But I don't think it was St. John's, you know. It was like a big grounds, and the stage was humongous. It was like it looked
That
huge.
had to be open house.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like,
St. Helena.
I mean, the only big stage I know like that is Marshall Monday. So I was like, but what's this?
Yeah.
Outside of the canny, what's this? No, it was a
No, the
big
gospel congregation. Huge, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
let's
that's
forget.
really come out of
Let's
it.
forget that Trinidad and Tobago, 33% of this country is Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you want to split it up into denominations, Anglican, Pentecostal, but 33% of the country does listen to gospel.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And far less, sometimes my music is not just the gospel people listening. I mean, I walking through the streets of Port of Spain, and 1 out of every 10 person, hey, Positive. Me never got church, but I like what you're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, so
Nice vibe, man.
Yeah, but Ding Dong shocked me, because he was telling me off air that every time he goes to do his hair,
Yeah, by my hairdresser. Well, happens to be Charlotte Street, to be precise. Yeah, in talk there's
plug she in.
Yeah, man.
so I like getting a flat here.
Yeah, big up summer, man. Always are positive vibes.
Yeah.
Plenty positive.
Nah, man, but you're doing great work, I must say. And I mean, with that great news on the Billboard charting, yeah, I would be very, very, very proud.
But seeing that you chart on the Billboard chart, I'm sure a lot of artists are calling for combination. Do you have any names that you want to call?
Yeah, man. I mean, just today, I remember I got a mail from Junior Tucker. He was he was a big artist back in his day.
Yeah,
so,
Yeah.
So, I mean, people keep calling, but you just had to make sure you sift out the wolves from the sheep. you know.
Oh, yeah.
Real talk. I
Yeah,
hear that.
real.
Real talk. But have you done any let me see, shows with what's he man? It's Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, man. Well, not Kirk Franklin himself, but I opened up for a lot of artists. I mean, I just came back from Antigua a couple months ago. I opened up for Yolanda Adams, so you should know that name.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it. Everybody just like the music because it don't matter. They don't even care that I sing gospel right about now.
Yeah.
It's like they say, yo, you see this man here?
Yeah.
Something about I want in my show.
No, but that's the thing, I mean, generally now, if you realize, with music, once it feels good, it feels good. It feels right.
But
You
then
know,
after
it's not like
two-
before. Remember before on the radio station, all right, if you say urban radio, certain things supposed to be here. We always say put music in like a bracket now. This
Yeah.
playing so
a
and
box.
Yeah. No music that you wouldn't normally hear on 96 plays on 96. Because it is what it is.
Yeah.
You
He have a
understand?
unique voice. From the first time I heard him, I was like, wait, who's this man? There's auto-tunes. But then when I hear him live now, I was like, nah, it's a whole different thing now. I say,
Positive.
wait, this is auto-tune to the fullest. But then I was like, how we had a live auto-tune though? Nah, the man voice is unique. He good.
All right, so tell us about the album, Stand and Be Counted, about the tracks on them,
Yeah, man.
I know that certain tracks here feel very special. Well,
Songs like Two Man Army, and because sometimes when I listen to some of the reggae that people put out, it has hurt me because they kind of make this genre song small, and put out the authentic music. Back in the days of Bob Marley and Augustus Pablo, when you listen to them kind of horns and those kind of things, it make you appreciate the rich context of the music.
Right.
So what I did with this album, I went back to the roots. So we will have musicians from even Stephen Marley, some of the percussion guys come back in and do the live stuff, so that we bring back the essence of real reggae music. And of course I'm a Christian, so when we put our message in there, it just makes it a whole different ball game.
All right, so Dong, let me touch something now from the album.
All right, wait, Two Man Army.
Two Man Army.
Two Man Army, let's hear it. Positive, he's live. This is 961, the Mother Drive. Two Man Army. My Jesus and I. Vocals. Yes, Positive. No, that's the third track, actually. Mother. Wicked up. Track hard.
Reggae music.
That's right. That's the third track off of the album. Stand and Be Counted. Where can I get it?
Yo, you can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Junie Download. Everything that is social, you could just download it. If you want to get a physical copy of the album, this is all Maranatha bookstores around the entire country. So you can get it there.
Which books?
Maranatha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you all had the digital launch before, right? It was like early May, and then the
physical was before, but the digital was after.
Oh, the digital was after.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All different vibes.
Stand and be counted. Stand and be counted. Go fit. Come here and stand and be counted.
Ask a question, Positive. So who inspired you as an artist?
I really like the vibes of Papa San.
Papa San.
Who? Yeah, boy. Who? I forget Papa San. No, real no. Yes, boy.
Yeah, man. Papa San had something real unique. Yeah. And he had a kind of...
He had a flow. Yeah, the flow.
When he's a gospel artist now?
Yeah.
Papa San, boy.
So, let me ask you a question. You want to do a combination with him in the near future?
Yeah, man. I could definitely get that done. Yeah.
So, that's your friend then?
No, he's not my friend, but I mean... the artist, man.
What's up, artist? Let's go and chill in about it. I don't want you to.
But don't. I sure you can get a link to Papa San.
Of course.
Yeah.
We
can make that,
I
mean, if you're really...
He's a close friend of...
A friend.
Of family, So, it's not like he wouldn't be willing to do a collaboration with me. I mean, I see him... Me and him have events together all the time. So, it's a mutual respect.
Okay. Two Man Army.
What about Lady Saw?
How do you feel about Lady Saw being a gospel artist now?
Well, I am yet to really explore and listen to the music and to the delivery and to the testimony. So I can't really comment on it until I actually hear.
Good answer,
well said.
Good answer, sir. Can I show you anything? Yeah. Go fast, man. Hey, no, guys. Don't do that. Good vibe. Nah, but great music, Dan, and congratulations. Guys, check it out. Check out the album. It's number 9 on Billboards.
And it was number 1 on iTunes, Trinidad and Tobago. So
yeah.
Good luck.
For a couple of weeks as well.
I mean, to be amongst the names like Bob Marley, the Wailers, and them heavy hitters.
Yeah, man. And
up there in the top 10 now.
Yeah, Chronics.
Kind of feel a little special too,
No. It must be a great feeling.
But out of everything, I think the greatest accomplishment is really being able to go home to a happy home with my wife after the music closes off, So shout out to my beautiful wife, Annalise Murray. Much love to you, babes.
What a way to end a conversation. What a way to end an interview.
Well said.
Yeah. Positive Trinidad and Tobago and the world. Positive. Check out this album on iTunes.
Let me make sure I'm big up Fox Fuse. They continue to promote me hard. Rona Fox and Zach Cohen. The entire Signature Band team. Everybody in Trinidad and Tobago who has, helped with their purchases, because I mean, Billboard is the main, music publication of the world. So when you are charting on Billboard, it's really a reference of your sales. Total sales around the entire world. I mean, people from New Zealand, they are buying the album. You could see coming up on the iTunes feed, So it's a universal effort that has really put gospel reggae and Trinidad and Tobago in this category. I mean, the world is listening to us.
Yeah.
So we need to have something good to say, you know?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah,
I hear
man.
that, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Positive in studio. Check out this album, Stand and Be Counted. This is the Matter Drive.